Hello. This thing working properly, right? Huh? Audible, visible. Okay, chalo. So this video is for our very respected Rishi Sunak sir. Okay. Um, so what? It's like now everyone is busy. Okay. Actually, India and England, they have always been very stated partners. Okay, in terms of multi-alignment. I must be saying trade is there, economy is there, various digital and financial dimensions is there, export is there, and various other arrangement. And it has always been a very strategic arrangement over the years. Means for us it's like the Delhi Declaration 2047, and for UK government it's 2035, the strategic arrangement of 2035. I think I I am not exactly sure. I think it's based on 1935 Act, 100 years coverage of 1935 Act, the first Reserve Bank of India, which was institutionalized in India when India was a colonial state. Okay, another thing is there. Reserve Bank was there. The federal arrangement, division of powers, it was also there. Okay, I think that is the reason why Europe means UK government, they are actually going with the arrangement of 2035, and for India it's 2047 declaration. Anyways, so actually I was seeing your profile. So there it was like it's a very standard thing. He should. mm a policy or a budget, should it have a fiscal headroom or not? Okay, it's a very stated thing. Actually, I just want to add another portion. Ki, of course, it's needed. Means a fiscal headroom is very much needed in budgeting. And the second part is that ki, can it be covered up by public finances or private finances? I think that these two statements are very contemporary. Today, I will not talk about strategic arrangement, all those things. I'm just telling you one thing, sir. What happens is that in India, we have Gift City. Similarly, if you go to Hyderabad, okay, there we also have this 15, 17 floor corporations. Now what happens is that they are all aligned with the World Federation corporations. Okay, that means similar corporations of UK government, similar corporations of US government, similar corporations in India, they all have one constitution. And for that reason, there's one specific thing it's written ki, mm, uh, it was written like government can make a corporation 15, 17 floors. It has various divisions. Okay, like the prime minister economic advisory council, big building. It has various divisions, someone working on the international law, someone working on administrative policies, someone on budgeting. Similarly, some 15, 17 yeah, story flows, someone working in the American depository receipts, someone working in the global depository receipts, all those things, public finance. Okay, 17, 18 floors, 23 floors, it's all about finance. Insurance is there, reinsurance is there, related to banks, all those things. Okay, that is different. Now, what it stated, government can make these corporations, but government cannot control these corporations because they are unitely. Similarly, Singapore, they also have all those things. The exchange effective exchange rate, okay, for means country to country, the exchange effective rate that is there. And those who are exporters, they also have like I always deal with SBI. Okay, SBI, they also have your separate exchange effective rates where from 12, 14 countries your money is coming, transaction you are doing on personal level as a merchant exporter. Similarly, for the country, they also deal with all those things. So what I understood, ki government can make those corporations, but government cannot overrule those corporations. But I have read articles, means we have articles in office. Okay, so there many sections are there. Okay, many sections, government cannot do this, government cannot provide subsidiary. But I was like, when government has institutionalized these things, there need to be something called transparency. And that transparency is not only important for India, it is equally important for UK government, US government, Singapore government, Otherwise, what will happen? All this money laundering and putting money in offshore portfolio, treasury, all those nonsense story type of things these criminals will do. So at least there should be some way out how we can ensure that the transparency modems will taken care of. So there I came to know, nobody will tell you all those things, never, okay, but it's all in the corporation constitution, all those things. There I came to know कि if government can hold 40% stake, 40%, this is under loophole which I'm seeing never anyone will tell in social media. If government can take 40% stake in these corporations, then what will happen? Then only government can form an oversight body and monitor these institutions. Means CB or ICAI, they recruit the economic distributors, make chartered accountants, many other financial things. Suppose the all those investment bankers are there, merchant bankers. Those people we only recruit. Okay, we take their interview, all those things we only do. If government holds 40% stake, then they can make a regulatory body, and then they can oversee these segments. So I became very happy, and it's of course a matter of pride ki, the real sense transparency. It will come not only in India but also in Singapore, UK government, US government, big steers, countries, because everyone on a combined basis they are fighting against these criminals, these fugitive offenders who are doing crime here, putting money in offshore trusts, hawala transaction, flying to other country, getting arrested there. So it's a headache. It's actually a very headache. So I was like कि, ठीक है, we got a solution कि government can take over 40% stake, then it can make a oversight monetary body. Now what? Now, coming to your point, should we have a financial fiscal headroom in the policy budget or not? Okay, now of course we have the Prime Minister Economic Advisory Council, not only in our country, in UK, OECD is there, various other segments are there. So, what is the first thing that government thinks of? Previously, some policies have been going, various funds have been allocated, various accreditation bodies have given their own set of declaration, those things are absolutely fine. Various so what is my next step? And the next step is that should it be short term or long term? And of course it's both. Some policies which will generate very strong strategic measure within 4 to 5 years, and some policies which will actually galvanize, say after 15 years, 20 years, long term plan. Getting my point? So what the budget of any country, suppose of India or UK government, was 10 15 10 15 years back, is not now, because there has been factors of inflation, there has been factors of exchange effective rates, there has been factors of how many of international monetary funds are coming into your country, the FDI policy enhancements. There has been factors of on how competitive commission of India or UK government, they are actually working on the markets, deregularizing the market or giving a higher sense of inertia to the DC banks. Okay, very DC banks, they are not government banks, but once they fail, they are going to hit very much on the economy. How much of trade credentiality do one nation have with one sector, Asian sector, BRICS sector, all those parameters. Now this AI or all those computer related things, that Lotus, Python. I'm not expert in all those things. Okay, I'm not very expert in computer, but once you are inducing these things in your policy, so the basic arrangements are there. Food, nutrition, health security, working on the second tier, third tier government, the Sevatta models. Additionally, uh, these things become inclusive. One, second, every government is progressive. They are working on the effective parameters of social reforms. They are working on the effective parameters of how to galvanize higher standardization, how to work on cyber security, network policies are there. So fiscal headroom is very much essential. Okay, fiscal headroom is very much essential, but the point being कि how much I'm aiming for. Getting my point, how much I am aiming for, and more fundamental question is ki I am aiming for that, but I really do not know whether there will be another COVID or not in next 2 years. There will be turbidity in terms of the oil supply chain regiments in 2 years or not. There will be international war on, say, inverted duty structure or phytosanitary trade barriers or not. Then what is going to be the dampening effect of all those things on my economy of every country, of every country? That once this thing is standardized ki chalo I need higher 2 to 3% higher benchmarking pricing, so that if any related such problems do come, I will standardize those problems, plus I will go for development, plus I will deal with the effective rates, the international cash flow mechanisms, plus I will work on the basic arrangements, ki transparency protocol, something on money, basic supplement of food, nutrition for all those 25 30 segments which are there, agri-allied sector. So that is the complete statement profiling. So budget will always be incremental. There should be fiscal headroom for that. Then all these problems should be taken care of. Ki how much, the four statements which I have told. So now the bigger question is how. Now the bigger question is how, because government is government. It also has its own set of calibrations and restrictions. Of course, restrictions. If today the tax rate is 15%, 20%, 25%, you cannot make it 70%, right? If some corporation they are paying 25%, 30%, you cannot make it 60%. If MSME they are working, say giving finances, whatever be this segment, it's collectively coming to 13%. You cannot make it 40%. So government, in spite they want, ki, I want to do these developments. IMF or Bretton Woods, they are highly constricted loan segments. Okay, they will go for structural reforms and various other problems which they create. So I think this is a combined session, combined thing which government can do. You are forming stake, means taking stake of 40%. You are monitoring, means you are creating one overhead body which will monitor each and every supplement which is going on in these corporations. Maybe the international finance, there will be sense of transparency, there will be sense of effective exchange rate, money from various segments, mainly export, okay, mainly exports and services. 90% is from there only. It will come from various countries. You are forming a basket, like bricks, okay, basket of 4 5 collective enforcements. mm, Natural pricing theory it's called. So government can see these corporations, plus it can use these funds, something on the investors they want to invest in, say India or UK government through their American depository receipts, global depository receipts, sovereign bonds, financial bonds, hedge exposures, many various other instruments, financial instruments. Some even buy insurance policy. Now, government of another country will not buy insurance policy. They invest in green bonds, green hybrid bonds. These things collectively can bring a sense of um, depository compositeness through which government is monitoring these corporations. It's bringing out transparency. Together on international level they are working over these criminals and fraudsters and all those fugitive offenders who putting money in portfolio and asset and trust and foundation and all those things, okay. Plus you can use this international money in your uh, private public finances, which comes under the government treasury. Both are different. What we deal with, that does not come under government treasury, but uh, that does not come under government treasury. The government funds that are directly on the direct taxes and indirect taxes, they go to treasury. From there, they are given to district level, state level. I think that is the best subject which any government can do. So finally concluding, uh, it's like, yeah, of course, fiscal headroom is very much required. What will be today's fiscal headroom will not be the fiscal headroom when someone is approaching for a budget after 20, 30 years, because there are multiple issues of your inflation is there, effective exchange rate, COVID related problems are there, siphoning of the oil volatility funds, Brexit oil, and all those compositeness, all those things are there. So the overhead, the means the that the portion which government cannot finance, that can be financed through the international corporations. So you are overlooking international corporations, there's transparency, and you are using it for the betterment of your stake, means the welfare stake models. And of course, clear auditing needs to be done for both the government finances, their private finances, their sovereignty, hedge funds. All those things are possible once government takes stake on this, because otherwise these are unaccounted. There's no CAC team or cannot audit these private finances. Okay, that is also written in the corporation tax, the constitution. So, anyways, I thought ki this is important. People who do not know, they will also, if they really want to. Now, I do not know who is watching my video or not. If they really want to know, they will get a sense how a public policy is made, how India policies are made, what is the source of financing, should it need a fiscal headroom or not, and how these corporations can actually be made more transparent, more government centric, and they can be laterally used for the benchmark of structural reforms, public policy, public finances, welfare development schemes, and various other arrangements. Okay, so this video was for our very respected Rishi Sunak sir. That's it. I think 2 years, 3 years, once again, we again want to see you back as the honorable prime minister. But still, it's a one time and lifetime achievement. So all the very best. Thank you, sir.